Hi, everybody. Welcome to GW Center for Integrative Medicine Zoomcast. I'm your co-host, Dr. Kogan, Medical Director, Associate Professor of Medicine at GW. So today I decided to review a box breathing and do a little bit of demo and talk for a few minutes about the value of this practice. It is part of the general continuation of showing different mindfulness and mind-body techniques that you can quickly adapt into your life for a variety of needs. So without further ado, box breathing is a very simple technique, as you can see from the thumbnail. Basically, you inhale for the same count, whether it's 4, 5, 6 or more, or slow or less, 3. Hold, then exhale, and then again hold on exhalation. So each part is similar length. That's why it's a box. It's a symmetrical breath. It's a very balancing technique. I generally recommend it for as an adjunct for a variety of conditions, particularly when there's some kind of dysregulation of autonomic nervous system that is present. I think that's one of the better techniques. I do want to caution people that are often ask me, well, isn't it better to have more relaxation practices? Not necessarily. In fact, some relaxation practices when autonomic nervous system is dysregulated should not be used. They may actually worsen the situation, not improve it. So you have to be quite careful. But the box is one of the few techniques which I would say you're not going to have any real issues with if you don't overdo it. For that reason, usual recommendation is somewhere between 2 to 5 minutes length and never to struggle. So as you will see in a minute, when I start practicing it, you will notice that I will start with 4 breaths and then I will get it to 6. So I will slowly increase the length of it. You should start at the speed that's comfortable for you. Most people should have no problem doing 4, although if you do have breathing problems or heart problems, you may need to start with 2, 3, or even 2. Start wherever you feel comfortable. Don't struggle. If you're struggling, drop to faster speed. If you're not struggling, you can quickly increase, and after a couple of times you've practiced it, you can actually start from a lot slower if you already know that that's your typical pace, and then keep that pace for several minutes of practice twice a day. I'll give you an example of how I sometimes use this practice. So I just recommended this exact technique to a person who is recovering from long COVID with a lot of dizziness and some cognitive dysfunction. And he also is having a lot of, he was put on a blood pressure medications, and I'm actually not so sure that that's essential. I think he has high blood pressure during acute stressors. And so now we're trying to get rid of the medications to stop them, to see if they're causing some of his dizziness. So I'm also going to use this breathing technique to see if it can also somewhat lower his blood pressure, which is also very possible. In general, deep breathing is very good for high blood pressure. So is this technique. In the comments, you will see a link to Huberman Lab, which has a 2-hour, very long, very detailed podcast. If you're really interested in the science of box breathing and other techniques, by all means. And also, of course, a book by James Nestor, The Breath, which is a whole book about science of breathing. So if you haven't read that and you're interested in this topic, definitely check it out. It's available in Audible as well as in all other formats, including Kindle. It's a bestseller. So with that, let's jump right into the practice. Right after we finish, I'm probably just going to end there. And if you do want to in the future use this same video, by all means just skip, and I will put to which minute you want to skip in the description, because I don't know that ahead of the recording. So let's start with 4. Sit comfortably. If you need to lay down, that's fine too, but I do generally suggest you do this sitting with eyes open or closed. I do this technique sometimes driving with eyes open. I don't see any problem with that, as long as obviously you don't close your eyes. So let's begin. Inhale for 4. Hold 4. Exhale 4. Hold 4. Inhale 4. Hold 4. Exhale 4. Hold 4. Let's increase to 5. Inhale 5. Hold 5. Exhale 5. Hold 5. Inhale 5. Continue for 5 for just another 2 breaths on your own pace. Let's get up to 6 if you're comfortable. If not, you can just stop here and follow your own pace for 6. I'm going to just do first 2 cycles. Inhale. Hold 6. Exhale 6. Hold 6. Inhale 6. Hold 6. Exhale 6. Hold 6. So you can continue to make it longer, or you can definitely keep it where it's comfortable. Hope you find this helpful. If you have suggestions about other techniques you would like us to show you, whether if I don't know this technique, I will find a teacher either from our Super Healing activity or from one of the other mindfulness teachers that I'm connected to, and we'll ask them to continue showing you these techniques. Stay tuned for all things important in integrative medicine, wellness, and stay well. All the best to you. Take care. Bye.